Okay, good day, students. I welcome everyone on our last lecture, 15th week, and today's topic uh, it's this technical regulation on safety of meat and meat products. It's number 013-4, Celtic Union technical regulation, and we will today, as was it last, about technical regulation of the milk. So we will see the application, what is the more important in this documentation. Okay. So this technical regulation is designed to protect human life and health in the environment, animal life and health, to prevent the action that mislead consumers of slaughters product and meat products regarding their purpose and safety, and applies to uh, slaughter products and meat products put into the circulation in the customs territory of the custom union. So as well as the processes of their production, its storage, transportation, sale, and disposal. So all of the technological process which is included as in a meat products, it's the defined in this technical regulation. So of course, before develop this documentation, all of the countries which is including this Celtic Union, Custom Union, they are observing discussion all of the areas uh, and the parameters which is including this. So first is what is the area is this covered by this documentation. So objects of this technical regulation is related for the slaughters product and meat product. So then as a coming product is a meat, offal, raw fat in processed products, including animal melted fats, blood and its products, bone and its processed products, mechanical deboned meat, meat and meat containing sausages, meat and meat containing semi-finished products, and culinary products as meat and meat containing canned food, broths, dry meat products, slaughter products for baby food, and the processed production, storage, transportation, sale, and disposal of slaughter products and meat products. So as was at last technical regulation, also if it is you are just producing at home made, it doesn't include for this application area, as you can see. Okay, so now also we can pay attention on the new definition as a meat containing products. Okay, so also baby foods also included in this technical regulation, but all of the other special and specific food products is contained in the other technical regulation. Okay, so it's all of the application area, and also you can meet some questions from this application area in the examination test. Um, basic concepts of this regulation provides the classification meat products. So there is a selection of meat products and vegetable products, meat containing, and the meat containing product with the vegetable and meat product, and main differences of which is not only the use of vegetable and non-meat ingredients, so but also in the mass fraction of the ingredients. And before we had, for example, food additives. And there was a question how many nitrates can be added or should be added or recommended for the sausages. And of course, depending on the type of the sausage, it will be different. Okay? So all of this information is disposal in this documentation. So what does it mean, meat products and meat containing products? So they are classified in these two types. So meat products, which has in the content more than 60% of the meat. So it named as meat products. But meat containing products, it's the contain about from 5 and 6% of the from the mass content. Okay, so it can be enriched with the vegetable and meat from 5 and 30%, and meat and vegetable from 30 and 60%. Okay. So, as a rules for the identification of slaughter and products and meat, it's identificate of slaughter products and meat, which is determined by the methods of the product identification. So first is visual, then organoleptic and analytical, uh, according to the terminology as well as the science specified in the standards, and also secures the rights of the applicant. State controls the supervision bodies, customs control bodies, authorities according to the assessment, confirmation of conformity, and as well as the other interested party carry out identification in order to classify products as the object of technical regulation. So as you are the future technologists and the specialists in the food industry.
Так, ну, здесь много чего есть, в принципе.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, as a future technologist, which is arrived at the processes indicating the temperature and the time regimes and sanitary requirements. So these standards establish the principle and the basic requirements for the design and implementation of traceability system for food products in the production chain. So as a first, so first the regulation sets out the requirements for the microclimate, temperature of the rooms where the carcass are cut, at half carcass, quarter, and the other cuts, and they then debonding, trimming, and grinding, or minced. So all of the processes should be carried out of the temperature no more than higher to 12 degree of the centigrade. And then there is a separately room for strictly designated place for preparing offal and including thawing, inspection, washing, stripping, and trimming. So the requirement for pallets height not less than 8 and 10 centimeters. So they are established on which meat products and slaughter products should be stored. So when we are when storing slaughter products, it's necessary to comply with the commodity neighborhood and it's also necessary to allocate separate racks, shelves for storing products for their. The main requirement for the processes of the storage and transportation, its sale and disposal is as a pallet shouldn't be not height that more than less 8 and 10 centimeters. So it's established on the which meat products and slaughter products should be stored. So when we are storing slaughter products, it's necessary to comply with the commodity neighborhood, and it's necessary to allocate separate racks, shelves, and storing products on their intended purpose for sale and processing. So all of these requirements also we had for all of the food products, and then especially it's the for meat products. We can see the commodity neighborhood and take in account the temperature specification. For the by the classification, it have the fresh meat, the refrigerated meat, frozen meat, and deeply frozen meat. So depending on the type of the product, of course, the temperature will be different. So refrigeration, processing, and storage of the slaughters product must additionally be equipped with the means for recording the temperature and temperature sensor and thermometers, because a little changing in the in the meat product's temperature, of course, it has a very specific influence on it, and by the influence on them, so we can see the fluctuation in air temperature. So it's during the storage, transportation, and sale, it should be not exceeded to 2 degrees of the centigrade. So it's necessary to control the temperature range during unloading and loading refrigeration chambers, and it shouldn't be increased more than 5 degrees of the centigrade. Because when you have the carcasses, uh, uh, a lot of amount of this food product, of course, it will be it, it will be the uh, influence on the temperature. Okay. So during the storage and fresh and chilled meat, we have a vertical suspense state without touching each other. So also the placement and arrangement, it should be strictly meet the requirement of this technical regulation. So then also about the presence of the sensors of the registers, and which vehicles or containers should equip it for transporting and slaughter products and the meat products, which allow observing and recording the established temperature regime. So what about the packaging requirement for the slaughters? So the packaging materials in contact with the slaughter products and meat products must comply with the safety requirement established by the technical regulation, the Custom Union, on packaging safety. Yeah, so it's the another technical regulation when you can find out all about the labeling, packaging for this food product. So this technical regulation also very big and very interesting. So for your getting more knowledge, of course, you can introduce it, and those technical regulation are in the Russian language, so you can read it for yourself. Yeah, so can have any clue about it. So labeling of the packaging for slaughter products and meat products should contain information necessary to identify the material from which the packaging is made. So as well as the information about the possibility of this disposal and informing consumers. So when you have the carcasses, so maybe you couldn't find any labeling or marketing, but there should be a stamps. Okay, so by the stamps, what does it mean? So you can ask for the further information and follow it's the from the documentation which is provide this food product. So at last, so this slaughter products and meat products is need the veterinary certificate or veterinary. So it's the last what we will mention. So there meet the veterinary certificate and or veterinary certificate without veterinary sanitary expertise. So if the animal had a veterinary certificate before the slaughtering, so of course we are using this certificate, and then for the meat products, it can be without veterinary sanitary expertise. Okay. So I thank you for your attention and attendance, and wish you good luck in the preparing the tasks in the distance course, and see you in our practical lesson.